Jr. has 5 running backs going in the first 2 rounds of his mock draft 4.0, including Boise State and, of course, Heisman Trophy finalist Ashton Jeanty, number 6 overall, to the Raiders. Now, the Raiders finished last in rushing yards per game and last in yards per rush last season. For more on those talented running backs, we bring in our draft analyst, Matt Miller, here at the SportsCenter. All right, Matt, guess the question is, how many running backs you believe will be taken in the first round this year?
Yeah, I would say Ashton Jeanty is a lock, as is Omarion Hampton from North Carolina. So 2 locks at the running back position. You mentioned Jeanty is so special and will be a top 10 pick, whether that's to the Raiders at 6 or the Chicago Bears at 10. And then Hampton comes into play as early as pick number 12 with the Dallas Cowboys. But teams like the Denver Broncos and Los Angeles Chargers also have a need for a running back in round 1. And we have to mention Trevion Henderson from Ohio State, as well as a potential sleeper to jump back up into round 1. Those teams at the back end, maybe even Buffalo with James Cook's contract situation. So we'll see 2, but we might see 3 in a running back class that is as deep as any I've ever evaluated.
You know, there was a resurgence of the running back in the NFL this past season. Hard to believe there were no running backs taken in the first round of last year's NFL draft. Okay, so now let's switch to the opposite side of the football and talk about defense. And former Penn State Nittany Lion, Abdul Carter. You know, he's bounced around in the top 4. Why the fluctuation?
A lot of that is just team need. We've seen the Tennessee Titans really zero in on the quarterback position. The Cleveland Browns at 2 could definitely still take Abdul Carter, but it feels like they're set on adding Travis Hunter, who won the Heisman Trophy, at wide receiver, and also to play a little bit of corner. I think for Abdul Carter, we're looking at a range of 3 or 4 overall. It's a very small range. He visited the New York Giants last week. They definitely have a need for another pass rusher opposite Brian Burns, moving Kayvon Thibodeau to more of a third down role. And then the New England Patriots with Mike Vrabel at number 4. I think the Patriots would be ecstatic if somehow Carter slips into that 4 spot so they could begin to build a defense under Mike Vrabel. But my suspicion is Carter will be a Giant at pick number 3.
Well, you know, Penn State's last top 5 pick, in case you're wondering, the Giants took Saquon Barkley, number 2 overall. That was back in 2018. That's Matt Miller. Thank you.
Days off, and our draft analyst, Matt Miller, is with us to play a little game of superlatives with the wide receiver class. So, Matt, let's start with who is the best after the catch?
It is definitely Luther Burden III from Missouri, built at 206 pounds here in a 4.41 in the 40-yard dash. He can make you miss in space. He's powerful enough to break tackles. Going back to his freshman season, there were times he was even playing in the backfield because he is so good with the ball in his hands. His field vision, his speed, his short area quickness, and acceleration are elite. That's why, to me, he's the best wide receiver in this class after Travis Hunter. But it's not just about yards after catch. Best hands. We got to go to Ohio State and Mecca Ibuka, who has had such a fantastic career for them. He could play in the slot or the outside. He has sticky hands in traffic. He's also a punt returner for the Buckeyes, so you know he has that concentration. He's a professional wide receiver who does all the dirty work you need at that position. I think he'll be a late first-round pick once we do get to Green Bay. And the fastest receiver. We love speed at the wide receiver position. Matthew Golden was the fastest offensive player in the 2025 NFL Draft class at the scouting combine with a 4.28 time in the 40-yard dash. It didn't always show up on speed. They didn't always have that deep passing game going at Texas, but when he gets loose in space, he is absolutely gone. And it can't just be about speed. We need somebody to be a bully and to be a power forward. The most physical receiver in this class is the 6'4", 219-pound Ted McMillan, who has a volleyball background. You see it with the way he plays the ball up in the air. 50-50 balls, no, they're more like 80-20 when you throw him up to Ted. He is so physical at the catch point, and he gives you a little bit of juice after the catch as well.
All right, so there's some of the great receivers we are looking forward to. Matt's final draft ranking coming out Monday on ESPN.com. We're almost
there. So we go from the footy to American football, and as we showed you earlier, Saints quarterback Derek Carr's season upcoming. That's in doubt. Following reports he has a shoulder injury that might require surgery. Limited to 10 games due to injury last season. Did play through a shoulder injury in 2023 and didn't miss any time. But with this news, ESPN Bet has the Saints as the favorite now to draft quarterback Shedeur Sanders. They actually have the 9th pick in this draft as we welcome in draft analyst Matt Miller. So if Shedeur is there, particularly on the heels of this Derek Carr news now. Is this a must pick for New Orleans in your estimation, Matt?
Buckle up, Saints fans. The first round is going to be exciting when they come on the board at number 9, and I don't think it is a must. Didn't think quarterback was a must for them, even with Derek Carr on the roster. I don't know that this injury changes your future outcomes. If you don't love a quarterback at number 9, don't reach to take one. This front office, I know it's a new head coach in Kellen Moore, but GM Mickey Loomis actually selected Spencer Rattler in the 5th round last year. They like him as a developmental player. He'll be taking the first team snaps when this team starts voluntary workouts on Monday. You don't have to take a quarterback this year. You can effectively tank behind Spencer Rattler and set yourself up for, guess who could be in next year's draft? Arch Manning. The last time the Saints took a quarterback in the first round, 1971, when his grandfather Archie was the pick. So maybe we're overconnecting dots a year out. But the 2026 draft looks pretty good.
Matt, I have some more history for you, though. No Manning has ever left college early to enter the draft. So there are those who actually think that Arch Manning is not a lock to be in that draft next year. So we'll see.
I agree.
All right. I mean, listen, these opinions are all over the board regarding Shador. And listen, regarding many people, Mel Kiper Jr., Field Yates, Mike Tannenbaum, Jordan Reed, they all have Ashton Jeanty, best running back in the draft. I mean, an incredible running back, right? They all have him going number 6 to the Raiders. But you, Matt, you, my friend, have him going to the Bears at 10.
Love it.
And my co-anchor, Shay Cornett, is absolutely delighted as a lifelong Bears fan. So tell us, why do you have him falling to the Bears and have Ted McMillan going to the Raiders?
Yeah, guys, this one's simple. Can you name the Raiders' top 3 wide receivers? I don't know many folks who can. I'm not sure if I could without looking it up. They have a massive hole at the wide receiver position. Ted McMillan would give them that. And the depth at running back in this year's class is so good. You can get a starting level running back in the 2nd round. I know they don't have a 3rd round pick from the Geno Smith trade. Even in the 4th and 5th round, we're going to see starting caliber running backs. And I think the deepest running back group we've ever seen in the 2025 class, we could see 30 of these guys drafted. Now, Ashton Jeanty is the best back in this class. He is special. If he happens to slide to the Chicago Bears with new head coach Ben Johnson, he's going to do Jahmyr Gibbs type things. He is a powerful inside runner. He has amazing contact balance. Last season in 2023, he had 43 catches. He can be very valuable as a receiver out of the backfield. And we know what he did last year as a runner, 2,600 yards, over 1,700 yards after first contact. He is a blue chip prospect playing on the blue field for Boise State, whether it's at 6 or 10. He should be one of those Rookie of the Year favorites.
Man, Jeanty and DeAndre Swift. Oh, I bet Bears fans can just imagine that. Matt Miller, we appreciate you. Thank you.